life is gonna always continue to just throw stuff at us and try to knock us off course and everything like that. Literally, our actions affect everything. Like, what I'm doing today is gonna affect what I do 2 weeks from now, a month from now, a year from now. It just sounds so extra, and I love that, because why would I not be extra for myself? Hey dolls, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you guys are new. My name is Chyna, and welcome back to The Life of Chynadoll. Y'all, here we do lifestyle, self-care, beauty, and a little bit of business. So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys some of the things that I did to help me get out of a slump and help me get back on track with my routine and get back focused. Recently, I just moved, and if you guys have not saw, I've been traveling, going back and forth to Atlanta and spending time with family, just doing a whole bunch of different things, y'all, and all of that knocked me all the way off track to the point where I was kind of suffering mentally. If you don't know, I have been like on my self-healing journey and just becoming a better version of myself. For the past 8 months, I've really been on my journey of discovering myself and building better habits for myself. I've already reached a point where I've established these routines in my life, and when I'm not doing those routines, I feel bad. I just reached my automaticity point, and if y'all don't know what that is, your automaticity point is like basically the point where you do things automatically, where you don't have to think about doing it, you just do it. When I didn't do my routines, I was just falling off. I was not feeling good. I was suffering mentally, physically, emotionally, and y'all, it hit me. So I got into a slump where I just was not feeling super motivated. I was feeling super overwhelmed and anxious, not knowing which way to go. I just wanted to give you guys some of the tips and tricks that I have used to help me not only get out of a slump, but some of the things that you can do to keep yourself out of a slump and create a routine so that you can bounce back faster. But we'll talk about that a little later in the video. So if you're interested in this kind of content and you want to see more, make sure you guys keep on watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and all of my other social platforms. Without further ado, let's get right into this video. My number one tip for you guys on how to get out of a slump is to clear your mind, clear your headspace, reset, refresh, declutter, all of those things. The first thing I do when I'm starting to feel overwhelmed or stressed and just feeling all of those different kind of symptoms, anxiety and stuff, there's actually a few things that I do. So for one, as far as like physical things that I do, I like to go on a walk. I'll go for a run, just move your body, because I feel like when I go on walks and I'm in nature, like if you didn't know, I love going on walks, y'all. Past few months I have been going on walks, and I literally love going on walks, y'all. It clears my mind. I feel so at peace, and everything just seems to like slow down. So if you're like a person who's not really the best as far as like exercising, trying to build your way up, I would say to start by just going on walks. Even if it's just like a 10-15 minute walk, even if you just walk up and down your street, if you just walk around your house, just start going on walks. That's what I like to do, and I feel so much better after. So the next one after that is I like to journal or do a brain dump. So whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, I feel like I have so much going on. A lot of the times it's just because I have so much going on in my brain that it's just like everything is just like scattered and all over the place. So when I journal and just talk about like how I'm feeling, or just writing out whatever I just have to say, or even just in a brain dump, which is basically just you writing your thoughts out. You can do different like titles. Sometimes I do it based on like what I'm thinking for one specific area. For example, like when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do as far as my YouTube channel, I literally did a brain dump, and I just wrote down everything that I could think of when it came to my YouTube, whether it's my editing schedule, how many times I want to post, what kind of content I want to make, and all those different things. I just write it all out, and then after that you can sort through it, look at it, and figure out how you can take your thoughts and make some kind of action plan to fix it. But also with the journaling, I feel like that also helps me. And I don't know, I feel like a lot of people aren't journalers, and I get that, because I used to be a person, I'm just like, I don't feel like journaling, but honestly it's so therapeutic. It feels like I'm just having a nice conversation between me, God, and myself, whether it's my past self or my future self. I love being able to go back and look back at the things that I wrote and just seeing the headspace that I was in and how different I am now compared to then, or how different I'll be in the future. I definitely recommend doing those too. But another thing that you can also do is just maybe talk to somebody. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I be talking to myself. I talk to myself whenever I'm having a moment and I just feel overwhelmed. I will go sit in my car, y'all. I kid you not. I will go sit in my car. I will go sit in some little secluded area, and I will talk to myself. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm feeling. why I'm feeling this way. Like I would literally just talk to myself as if I'm talking to like another person, or sometimes I also like talk to God too. Like I just be venting, I just be talking, and that helps me so much, because once you start getting it out, you're able to really identify what it is that's wrong. And that's probably one of my favorite things to do, because I feel so good after doing these things, y'all. And I'm telling you, this kind of like bumps me from like 0% to 20% feeling better just by doing one of these 3 things, or doing all of them. I'm telling y'all, just try it. It is life-changing. But I do have something in store for you guys pertaining to all of this, so make sure you guys stay tuned to the end, okay? And another part of that too is cleaning up your space. So I just had this realization, y'all, literally 2 days ago. I did just move, so I'd have a whole bunch of boxes and stuff just all over, because I'm still trying to like organize and figure out where I want things to go and stuff like that. And my mind was feeling really cluttered, and I feel like I was feeling that way because my room it just had stuff all over. It just was not organized, and I didn't really connect those pieces until my dad came in here and showed me a video of this woman who says that like your space is kind of like a reflection of your mind. So if your space is all cluttered and stuff, your mind is gonna be cluttered, y'all. Literally right after watching that video, I got up, I started moving some things around, and I organized my space, and y'all, I felt so much better, because when your space looks better and it looks put together, you feel a lot better. When my space is together, it helps me flow through my routines and everything more often, which I might talk to y'all about that in another video. Y'all comment down below and let me know if I should do a video on routines and how to start implementing routines into your life, or like building routines in your life and stuff like that. And if it's hard for you to start cleaning your space, then I suggest just a little bonus tip. Put a timer on. So when I don't feel like cleaning up, what I just do, I'll just put like a 10 to 15 to 20 minute timer, depending on how much time I have, or you just what my situation is. If you just want to start with 10 minutes, then start with 10 minutes. And I put the timer on, and I just like challenge myself to see how much I can clean in those 10 minutes. If you just do that every day, it's also going to help you be able to keep your room clean more often too. So that's another thing that I did implement in my routine. Like my everyday routine is to either clean up for 10 minutes in the morning or do it 10 minutes at night. Sometimes I do both. Like I just do like a little 10-minute tidy up, that's what I call it, to just like make sure your room is straight and refreshed before you go to sleep, and so that once you wake up, you don't have to wake up to like stuff being all over the place. The second tip that I have for you guys is to do something that you enjoy. This is kind of like what's gonna bring you a little bit of joy, some happiness, some good dopamine. I told y'all I'm really a creative person. I love making stuff and doing stuff, like designing stuff, painting stuff. So what I did to kind of get myself back into just being creative and having some, I don't want to say motivation, but some inspiration, that's the word that I'm looking for. I have been working on my self-love jar, which you guys are going to see in a later video, and then also this cute little heart-shaped it's like a wooden heart thing. So I've been like painting that, because I do like to paint and like make stuff really pretty colors and stuff. So I was doing that, and I polished my toes, and I put me some nails on. So stuff like that, it's like kind of doing self-care pretty much. Y'all know I always talk about self-care, and I love a good self-care moment. And like you basically just do something that makes you feel good, makes you feel you, just really pouring into your own cup. So whatever that looks like to you, if you like to bake, if you like to knit, if you like to color, that's something I also have been doing too. I've been coloring on my iPad. So yes, I'm gonna put y'all on to all these little pages that I'm talking about. Yeah, so I've just been doing stuff like that just to allow me to feel a little bit more creative, a little bit more like happy, and just doing something that I actually enjoy. And I feel like it kind of lowers your stress too. Like you're not just worrying about all the stuff you have to do, because I feel like that's something that I get caught up in sometimes, like just feeling overwhelmed, worrying about what I gotta do. When I am just coloring, when I'm just like in my zone, having fun, like all of that just kind of goes away, and I just feel a bit of peace, and it just makes me feel better. And doing those little small things, like it just adds up. It just makes me feel a little bit better, and it just makes you take another step towards, you know, doing more, feeling better. So I really highly recommend this. Even if you want to start with this first, just do something that makes you feel good. Okay, so the next tip that I have for you guys is to give yourself grace. This is something I've really been like learning to do with myself more and more lately, but just give yourself grace. Sometimes we mess up, we slip up, and it's okay. You're human, you're gonna make mistakes, you're not gonna be perfect all the time, but as long as you keep trying, as long as you keep going, as long as you learn and do better and be better than what you were doing before, that's really all that matters. And that's really how I look at it. That's what I tell myself. Now, I'm not saying this is an excuse to just go out and just go make crazy decisions, because there's always consequences to decisions. Please be aware of that. But give yourself grace. And when you give yourself grace, it's also accepting whatever consequences that went with the action that you did. And I guess I could say a part 2 of that too is to tell yourself that you're proud of yourself for making it that far. Like, make sure you congratulate yourself, make sure you acknowledge yourself, and just be proud for making it this far. Be proud for holding yourself accountable. Or I don't want to say holding yourself accountable. Like, I feel like that's more so for me saying like what kind of had me getting into my slump was because when I was on vacation and traveling and going here, I wasn't really like pushing myself to be on my routine how I should have, how I feel like I could have been. And I feel like I shouldn't have been so relaxed with my routine, knowing how much it affects my mental health. And like, I feel like I really realize that now. Just in that sense, I'm saying like to forgive yourself and give yourself grace. But you know, y'all have your own stories, so I don't really know what y'all's is gonna look like and stuff. But I feel like some people are probably there too, now that I think about it, because I feel like we all kind of suffer with not having that discipline, that motivation. The first step is acknowledging what's going on, admitting you have a problem, admitting you didn't do blah blah blah, and then the next step is to is to just do something about it. And also, when you tell yourself that you're proud of yourself, when you congratulate yourself, it motivates you to do more stuff. I really see that now. Like, when I tell myself I'm proud of you for getting through today, for doing this, for getting this far, like, you know, when you do stuff like that, it motivates you to do it more. Like, it really just shows how you really just have to like parent yourself. Like, once you get older, you literally just parent yourself, pretty much. Like, you just take over what your parents was doing. So my last tip that I have for you guys is to create an emergency plan. So what I am working on, I don't have it fully put together, but what I am working on is putting like a plan in place for when I do get into a slump or when I feel burnt out. I already have me a little routine put together, ready to go, so that I can bounce back from it quicker. I just read this, I don't know if it was a tweet or what it was, an article, it was something that I read, and it was basically saying that like one of the best skills that you can have in your life, or something like that, the most successful people, the best skill that they have is to like being able to bounce back from adversity. So if I could find it, I'm gonna send it to y'all. Life is gonna always continue to just throw stuff at us and try to knock us off course and everything like that, but it's like the sooner you bounce back, and I don't want to say sooner because not to be rushing it, but it's like if it takes you 3 months to bounce back from something when it really could have took you a month, it really could have took you 2 months. Like, when you think about it in that sense, because I think another part of it too is that like literally our actions affect everything. Like, what I'm doing today is gonna affect what I do 2 weeks from now, a month from now, a year from now. It all plays a role, you know. So with that being said, if I would have waited 2 more weeks to get out of the slump that I'm in, I don't want to say I could miss opportunities, because you never could miss nothing that's for you, but I feel like you can delay it. You can definitely delay whatever is for you, because if you don't pass the test, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then you're not going to get the blessing. So when you think about it like that, I would rather just get out of the slump as soon as I can, because who wants to feel like that anyways? I would rather get out the slump sooner rather than later. I'd rather be feeling back better, getting back on my routine, doing better with myself than just laying in my misery, because just laying in my misery, just being sad, just being overwhelmed, it's not going to fix anything. So it's just time to get up. So yeah, so with that being said, create you some kind of plan. I think having just like, I called it like an emergency that's so cute, but it's so funny, like an emergency self-care plan, or I just put my emergency plan. But I think emergency self-care plan is actually really cute and it's really fun, and it just sounds so extra, and I love that, because why would I not be extra for myself? But anyways, with this plan, I would just probably have like 1 to 2 activities that go with some of the tips that I gave y'all, and that should be about 6, I'm gonna say something about 6 to 8 things that you can do to help yourself get back into routine. I feel like this is something that will really help you be able to bounce back from being in a slump. This is my first time doing it, so if I ever get in the position, I probably will at some point. Hopefully I don't, but I'm just saying. It's about to be summer and stuff like that. I will be traveling so much more, so I do need something that's gonna be able to just put me right back on schedule, put me back into my routine. So I'll let you know how this goes for me, and y'all let me know if you try it, how it goes for you too. Okay, you guys, so we've reached the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if y'all have any other suggestions, or if you guys want me to go into depth about a couple of more things that you can do to help you get yourself out of a slump. I do want to tell you guys about my self-care workbook that I have. It is out now and it's available for you guys. A couple of things that I did talk about in this video is doing things that you love, making sure you're doing self-care activities. I did also mention a part of decluttering and clearing your mind, clearing your space, refreshing your room. I do have a brain dump activity included in my self-care workbook. I also have self-care ideas. I have solo date activities, because in my self-love jar that I was telling you guys about earlier, I didn't really speak on it a whole lot, but like I said, it will be in another video, so y'all make sure to stay tuned for that. But in my self-care jar, I do have affirmations, solo date activities, reminders whenever I'm feeling down, and also self-care activities too in there, so that whenever I am in a situation like this, I think it is pretty fun to be able to go in the jar and just pick something instead of trying to think about something. If you guys are interested in the self-care workbook that I have for you guys, it's going to be linked right down below for y'all, and it's also in my link tree if you are on my socials. And make sure to follow me on my socials too, y'all. I post more stuff on there. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Comment your favorite tip or something that you would like to see from me too. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure y'all stay fabulous, stay cute, be extra, and be you.